2000. A little bit back and forth 2000 RPM. It's looking alright. I call that good. Alright, getting ready to pull the sprocket cover to see the status of the front sprocket. This panel is very, very dirty and sun-baked, so I'm gonna have to paint it, but yeah, it's not horrible. Got a little spiders living in there, so I'll clean it up. Get the my degreaser in here and clean it up, and then I'll paint this. Pro tip, I learned this from the Bearded Mechanic channel. When you're taking panels off and there are different length bolts or screws, get you a piece of cardboard or something and put the screws, the fasteners in the sequence that they come off of, in case the lengths make a difference. There you go. Cleaned it up, looks much better. I gotta clean the chain next. I'll probably soak it in some gasoline. It's got some rust, but not a big deal. It does. I did put it in the gear, and it does, you know, work. Cleaned up the outer casing, cleaned up the heat sink, and that's what came off. It's still dirty, but again, it's at a good enough place. So next, I'm gonna move on with, I gotta finish putting the new tail lights in. I had to put a spacer. This was a homemade mud guard, and they had really, really bad lights. So I got these lights from the other bike I had, and just to get it running. Now I'm going to wire brush the ends of these exhaust pipes here and hit them with some high heat paint just to keep the rust down. Something like that. That's what it intermediately looks like. I hit it with a thin coat of the high temperature paint. Or comes after. Got to show what it looked like after I wire brushed all the rust off. That's what it looks like when it's done. So gotta hurry up and get the paint on there before it flash rust is done. That's it. This is from the 2003 Ninja 500 rear brake master cylinder, and it was stuck. The piston was stuck. It was not moving, but it looks like either the grease gummed up or something. But same thing happened with my the 98 Ninja 500. So here's the master cylinder. I took the push rod out. It's got a C-clip that I use, a C-clip puller from Harbor Freight there, and there's videos on how to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this off and put it in my ultrasonic cleaner, and then I'm going to wire brush. There's like a helical structure on it, and then I'm going to refill it with some grease and repack it, set it back in and get it to working. But yeah, that's all that's wrong with it. If you have a master cylinder in the rear brake that is stuck, just watch a video where you pull it out and then clean it up. Should go back to working just fine. There's what it looks like after it's cleaned up. Wire brushed everything, ran that through the ultrasonic cleaner, and now I'm gonna put a little grease in that helical section and put it back together, and it will work like a dream. Here's that blue tank from the 2003 Ninja 500, and it's pretty rusty. Not too bad actually. That's weird. There's some it's kind of hard to see. It's hard to describe. There's some like puffed up membrane or something going on in there. Yeah, there you go. It's weird. See if I can pick it out. This is the membrane that I pulled out, the tank sealant, and I just filled it with vinegar, and I'm gonna let it sit for a while, maybe a few days, and then come back and rinse it out. And I'm not gonna reseal it, I don't think. I'm just gonna fill it with oil, with some lubricating oil, and then heat the tank up to try to basically season the tank and go from there. I drained the vinegar out of the tank, and after I did that, I saw a bunch of these little floaties in there, and apparently this is the coating, the tank sealer coating that did not take inside the tank. But here's a picture I'll roll in of what the tank looks like now. It's really good. I filled it with soap I rinsed it out with water to start neutralizing the vinegar, and then I put soap, which is an alkaline, which is a higher pH than the acid, to neutralize the acid. And I'll let it sit for a couple of days till I get to it, and then what I'll do is I'll put either WD-40 or PB Blaster in there and put a heat gun on it and season the inside of the tank. But that's this. Yeah, don't use this sealant, whatever it is. It's a no bueno. There was like a huge cancerous hunk that was stuck right at where the petcock goes in. I had to peel it back with a spike thing, and so I got to reach in there with my forceps later after the soap neutralizes it and fish it out, and then I'll do the lubricant. All right, I got the soap rinsed out, and you can see the hunk of sealant that I'm gonna have to cut it, but it's a tumor. Look at that thing. It won't even fit through the hole, so I'm gonna cut it in little pieces and get it out with these forceps. And there's the tumor that I cut out of the tank. Yeah, and I put PB Blaster and WD-40 in there to stop the flash rusting. It's raining right now, so I'm just gonna cover it up. That's just surface rust, but good old PB Blaster coated it. It's not bad. Once I get it all coated, or tomorrow once it warms up, I'll hit it with a heat gun and let it season, kind of like a cast iron pan. It'll absorb into the metal and just be good enough once I put gasoline in it, which will keep the moisture and corrosive atmosphere down. But yep,